Welcome to Conversations with Spirit. I am Kimberly Kelly, and this is the place where we connect to our spirit guides, our angels, divine masters, and loved ones in spirit as they bring us daily guidance to help us on our spiritual path. Thank you for being here and joining the conversation. 9 different types of spirit guides. This is what we're talking about today, my friends. So, Spirit has given me a whole bunch of information about all the different types of spirit guides that we have access right now in this place and space. And the reason why I say right now is because they have kind of let me know that this list can shift and change a little bit over time. There's a whole lot of reasons why that is, and as I get more information about that, I will release it out to you. But if you are really looking to learn more about who spirit guides are and how they can connect with us, I do have a video that I made previous to this one, which just goes over some basic information of what spirit guides are. So you could go back and listen to this one. This is about the 9 different types of spirit guides that we actually have access to. So let's dig in. Okay, here we go. At the top of our list, number 1 is guardian angels. Why do I have those as number 1? Well, because it's the one type of spirit guide that we all have. Everyone is born with a guardian angel, and our guardian angel is the one spirit guide that will come in with us when we are born and will stay with us through our entire lives until we transition over to the other side. They are always with us 100% of the time. Now, your guardian angel is a little bit like a spiritual bestie, because your guardian angel is the one you can go to when you're feeling really low, when you're either sick or having a terrible day, or you've had a bad event in your life. They're the ones that can really energetically uplift you. That is their purpose. Their divine purpose is to connect with you, to hold space for you, to uplift you when you need it most. So because of that, your guardian angel is also a protectorate. They are the ones that have divine permission to intervene in any situation that could cause you harm that your spirit or soul is not meant to experience in this lifetime. So because of that, they are the one type of spirit guides for us that can really create miracles. So I highly recommend, if you've never connected with your guardian angel, this is the most wonderful place to start, because it can open up a lot of spiritual doors for you. So don't take this relationship lightly. It's something that is so supportive. If you want to take the time to connect with your guardian angel, there's so many ways that you can access their energy. I love to communicate to my guardian angel daily by sitting in meditation, calling in their energy, asking for them to give me signs and signals that they are around me, things that I would recognize. So typically our guardian angel will be the ones that will send us those signs. Also, just so that you understand, if you've ever been in meditation and you see in your third eye a bright light or a light being, oftentimes that is how they present themselves to us. You might even see it with your physical eye as an orb or a flash of light that just kind of travels over here. Angelic beings are very high vibrational, and that's how they often appear to us, is very bright light. So just a little side note, in case you do get into meditation and you see this light being and you're not sure who it is, it's most likely your guardian angel that you are sensing. The second type of spirit guide that we're talking about today is divine masters and divine beings. Now, these are very high vibrational beings, close to the angelic realm, but still separated. These incorporate divine masters who have incarnated so many times on the planet Earth and have accumulated such a high level of divine and universal wisdom and knowledge that they no longer need to reincarnate. So they are above the reincarnation cycle. So they're on the other side to help us. And a lot of these beings we know the names of because they were divine masters when they were also incarnated on Earth. So they're the ones that have brought deep spiritual wisdom through their incarnations and have led to the development of many of the world's religions and also many other types of spiritual practices. So on the other side, they are still doing the work. They are still over there, able to connect with us and really help us develop in our own spiritual path. Now, what is wonderful about these divine masters and divine beings is they will often choose to work with us if they see that there's something that they have to offer us at a particular time. And so they can come and go on your spirit team depending upon what you need at any given moment. Also, I have noticed through many years of being connected with different divine masters' energy that oftentimes when you're feeling really called to a divine master, let's say, for example, Buddha, and you start researching or reading different information or divine wisdom given to humans at that time from that divine master, that is also a really big signal that that is the divine master who is currently connected with you. I find that absolutely fascinating. Your soul always kind of knows. So another thing that I think is wonderful is that these divine masters will also come to us if we call on them. So even if they didn't necessarily step in to choose to work with us, we still have the sovereignty to call their wisdom into us. So if there's a divine master or divine being that you are really, really feeling called to work with, go to meditation, go to prayer, go to automatic writing, whichever way feels best for you, and say their name, call out their name. I find that if I call out a divine master's name 3 times in meditation and I visualize that divine master in my mind's eye, I can call their energy towards me and have a conversation. That is something that all of us have access to. It's really all about listening to your intuition and following the spiritual breadcrumbs. Number 3. Soul family members. Now, this is probably the most common type of spirit guide to have as your main spirit guide. These are individuals, beings and souls on the other side who travel with us, oftentimes through many incarnations. And they are also the pod or the group of souls that we are with on the other side. So these soul family members are souls that you are deeply, deeply, deeply connected to. And through our soul contracts, we will often agree to be spirit guides for each other during different incarnations, depending upon what our soul is working on. Oftentimes, these are soul family members who might be a little bit elevated from where our soul's gifts currently are. So they have a little bit of a higher knowledge or a little bit of a higher wisdom that they can bring to us, or some type of soul gift that our energy really needs for this incarnation and this life cycle. So soul family members can be family members from past lives, but they can also be family members from this lifetime. So how can that be? So I have seen many, many times where a spirit guide was like the grandmother of a child, and they came in as a spirit guide for their granddaughter or their grandson. I've also seen spirit guides step in that are fathers or mothers that passed away very, very early in a child's incarnation. So the parent wanted to continue parenting from the other side and stepped in as a spirit guide for that soul. So there are many different situations, different scenarios in which current family members from this lifetime and previous lifetimes can step in for us as soul family members and spirit guides on the other side. Okay, so number 4 is a really interesting type of guide. These are special teacher guides who come in sometimes even for just a very short period of time because they have a high degree of knowledge or wisdom in a very specific area. So for example, if you are really struggling learning something, whether it's in school or with your profession or even as a hobby, a special guide can come in who has a high degree of knowledge or specialization in that particular area that you are learning from or working with. And if it is in your soul plan to really develop whatever that area is, you can have a special teacher guide who will pop in to help you just with that specific task. I've even heard of people calling in special spirit guides to help them with parking, of all things. So there's so much unlimited over there on the other side to help us. It's amazing. So these special teacher guides also can be guides that you call in. So for example, if there's something that I find quite challenging and I know that I'm going to need a lot of extra support for, I will connect with my spirit team and I will say, please bring me a guide that can help me in this one area. And your wishes are granted. They will, if at all possible, bring to you a guide who can help you, uplift you, give you knowledge and wisdom in that area to help lead you. It's really about just trusting your intuition and really listening deeply when you know you need that extra help. So the next few I'm going to run through a little bit quicker because there is just generally a little bit less knowledge about these particular types of spirit guides. We know that they're out there. We've connected with them on many, many different levels. It's not an area of expertise for me personally, but I have encountered every single one of these categories, and I have been told by Spirit that these need to be included because they are going to resonate with some of you out there. So if it resonates with you and you're like, wow, yes, I know exactly what you're talking about, then that's meant for you. If it Okay, and this is where we start to get a little bit in the woo. Number 5, galactic star beings. If you would have asked me 5 years ago if I would have had any knowledge, insight, wisdom, thoughts, or opinions about star beings being spirit guides for us, I probably would have had a good laugh. But let me tell you, there is so much more coming through now than we've ever seen before in support from galactic star beings. They are coming forward to so many light workers, whether it's in mediumship or healing work or just doing all of the amazing things on the planet Earth to help lift humanity. These galactic star beings are coming forward right now to really support humanity in a big way. Okay, so number 6 is gods and goddesses. This one was a difficult one for me to understand and process because it really was something beyond my current incarnation's awareness in this lifetime. So a lot of us have a little bit more difficulty understanding when we come from generally a history of monotheism, which is one God. But Spirit has been very clear with me that there are many different levels of gods and goddesses. There is God Source Creator, who is the creator of all energetic beings, but there is also other gods and goddesses that have that same type of creator energy in them to co-create. They are above what our abilities are and our energies are, and have been known throughout history. And so these would be the like Greek gods and goddesses, or Norse gods and goddesses, or Celtic gods and goddesses, just to name a few. So that there are many other types of gods and goddesses out there that may resonate with you culturally or from a religious perspective or spiritual perspective, who can operate as spirit guides for you, just so that you know. So the last 3 I'm going to go through very quickly and just kind of give you an overview. So guardian animal spirits, nature spirits, and elementals. Guardian animal spirits are probably something that you've heard of or are familiar with. So they are animal guides for us. And the animal guides carry or embody certain wisdom or energy that is associated with that particular type of animal. And they are real, my friends. I have had the immense enjoyment of picking up on them many different times during readings, and so have many other spiritual people out there. There are oracle card decks that are specifically for animal spirit guides, and those can be wonderful to work with. If you're really interested in working with animal spirit energy, I suggest getting animal spirit guides specific oracle card deck to start calling that energy to you. But even placing that intention out there, particularly if you're someone who feels really divinely connected to animals on a deeper level, chances are you probably have an animal spirit guide that is working with you. These are guides that can bring through just such a deep, loving energy and wisdom, and they operate on a whole different level and a different vibration than spirit guides that were incarnated as humans. So really sit with that information and see what lands for you. I have found it to be very interesting that oftentimes animal spirit guides are showing themselves to us by being animals who will be very closely connected to us in this lifetime. So let's say, for example, you're someone who absolutely loves sea turtles, and you see things about sea turtles everywhere. You feel called to sea turtles. You want to help the turtles. You buy things with sea turtles on them. They're just something that's in your awareness that you feel very connected to. That very well could be because sea turtles come through as an animal spirit guide. I have had this happen to many people I know who their animal spirit guide is the animal that they often see repeatedly out in nature. It's an animal that appears to them all the time, that keeps coming to them. Or it's an animal that they see, like I said, over and over again throughout their experience, and they feel very called to that animal. Chances are that is because that is the animal spirit guide working with you. Now, what is also very close are elementals and nature spirits. These are newer ones to me that I've really have enjoyed connecting with and have loved learning about. So we have a very divine connection to Mother Earth. She has her own consciousness, but within her consciousness are many other spirits that live within nature. And this has been wisdom that has been lost through the ages. So many native traditions accompanied or embodied this information through their oral traditions and their ceremonies. And this is something that a lot of us have disconnected with or have lost as we've moved on throughout human existence. So just Spirit wants to bring this back forward into our consciousness and awareness that we have the ability to connect with things like trees and plants and air and water as divine wisdom. And oftentimes there might be an element or a particular part of nature, again, that you feel deeply connected to, that you feel like you receive a lot of wisdom from. There is a reason for that, because that is operating as a guide for you. So yes, if you're someone who's really interested in herbology or saving the trees or whatever it is, there is a reason for that. There's a lot of connection there. And elementals are spirits that operate in a different dimension than us. So think about fairies and gnomes and things like that. They're beings who have a magical aspect to them. And I myself was very surprised when I encountered these elemental beings, because again, I thought they were stuff of fairy tales too, until they began to show up for me and show up for other people during readings. So if you are the type of person that feels really deeply connected to fairies or gnomes or trolls or dragons or unicorns or whatever it is out there in the magical, mystical world, there is a reason for that. There are magical beings out there that exist in a little bit of a different dimension than us, who have the ability to step in as guides for us if the need calls. So as you can see, the world of spirit guides is vast and very fascinating. I know that when I started learning about spirit guides and really diving into the energetics of all the different magical beings out there available to us, I was quite shocked and amazed and delighted that we have so much access to so many different types of wisdom from the universe. If you can take away anything from this video, take away that you are divinely supported on so many different levels, and you have the unique ability to call in different support at different times of your life that you need to. So really connect in with your own inner wisdom, with your own inner light, and sit with and feel into the information that's been provided today and see what really stands out for you and what lands for you. Because not every one of these type of spirit beings are going to connect with you. You might think some of them are absolutely off the wall and crazy. And that is fine, because that just means it doesn't resonate with you. And that isn't the type of being that you're meant to connect with. So follow your gut, follow your heart, follow your instincts, and really work on connecting with your guides, because they can bring through so many amazing miracles in your life and help you develop so much faster on your spiritual path. So I hope this information was helpful for you. And if you would like to continue this conversation, please leave a comment, a like, even a share. That really helps other people see this and experience the knowledge too. Be the light for yourself and others, and have a wonderful day.